guys, it's Tiffany from SuperEasyMath.com. Today's math problem of the day says the original price of a shirt is $30, but it's on sale for 25% off. When purchased, a customer must also pay 6% sales tax. How much will the shirt cost in all? Well, we have a couple different ways we can do this. The first thing that comes to mind for most students is take your shirt price, the $30, and calculate 25%, and then subtract that from the $30 because that's how much is coming off. I don't personally care to do that because it gives me an extra step. I know that I'm going to be paying 75% of the cost of the shirt. So I'd rather just calculate the amount that I will have to pay because it'll allow me not to have to subtract at the end. I'd rather just calculate what I will need instead of calculating what I don't have to pay and then subtracting. It's like more work. So whenever you want to find a percent of a number, you take the percent and you turn it into a decimal. So 25% would become 0.25, or you can write it as 0.25 as a decimal. But like I said, I don't want to calculate the 25%. I want to calculate the 75%. So instead of 75%, I'm going to use decimal 75, okay? So when you're calculating percent, you just multiply by the decimal version of that number. So I have 30 times 0.75, okay? 0, 15. Now I'm going to add a 0 here. Now, that 0 was just added because we're on the second row. Now I'm going to add a 0 because 7 times 0 is 0. And then 7 times 3 is 21. Add, I have 0, 5, 2, 2. Here's 2, 1, 2. So we have 22.5. That calculates how much we will pay. That's 75% of the price. But it's not the total payment. It's just how much you pay without tax. But that's not my total payment. That's just how much I pay before tax. So I got to consider the 6% sales tax. And I'm going to do that by taking my $22.50 and then calculating 6% on top of that. So I have $22.50. And what I could do is calculate 6% and then add it to the $22.50. But again, I don't like to do those double steps. So I know anytime you multiply a number by 1, you're just going to get itself. And then if you multiply it by the decimal form of the 6%, which, be careful, it's going to be 0.06. I don't want you to accidentally think it's 0.6. That would be 60%, okay? When you're making a percent into a decimal, you move the decimal over 2 spaces. So when we made the 25% and the 75% into 0.25 and 0.75, that was moving the decimal over 2 spaces because there's an imaginary decimal right here to the right of the whole number every time. So it's 1, 2, okay? So in that case, with the 6%, you want to remember there's an imaginary decimal here and move it over 2 spaces, okay? So that's why we have the 0.06. So now, because I don't want to calculate the 6% and then have to add it to the $22.50 again, I'm going to multiply it by 1.06. The 1 being added in front of the 0.06 is basically saying include the $22.50 in your answer in addition to the 6% that you're calculating, okay? So it's 1.06, 0, 30, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13. Okay, scribble these out. I don't want to accidentally add them on my next row. It looks like our next row is going to be all zeros. Every single thing this hits is going to be a 0. So I'm just going to put 1 0 here instead of putting zeros all the way through. And then the next row, I'm going to put 2 zeros because I'm on the row for the 1 now. And because it's 1, all of the numbers are going to be the exact same as what they already are. So it's going to be a 0. Make sure things stay lined up. It's starting to get a little angle. Okay, we got 1 and then the 5. Okay, over here. And then 1 and the 2. And then 1 and the 2. Okay, so I know I'm angled a little bit, but while I'm adding, I'm going to make sure I'm lined up. 0, 0, 5, 8, 3, 2. And how many decimal spaces am I working with? I got 1, 2 here, 3, 4 there. So I start on the far right and go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 23.85, and that is a dollar amount. So how much will the shirt cost in all between the discount and the sales tax? You're going to be paying $23.85. Don't forget to come tomorrow to check out tomorrow's math problem of the day. We're going to be talking about similarities. So it says, which of these shapes are similar to the gray circle? See if you can solve this problem, and then I'll come tomorrow and solve it for you, and you'll see if you got it right. Also, don't forget, if you need a live math tutor who you can talk to and ask all the questions you want, head over to supereasymath.com and we'll pair you up with a tutor who's the best fit for you.